This is the 2026 BMW X3 xDrive30, and it is a compact luxury SUV that you should not overlook. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. We're at BMW in Shreveport, Louisiana to take a look at this dune gray metallic X3 and give you all of the details in the event that this is something you want to buy. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video to the BMW of Shreveport website, and you can learn more. Here on the front end, you will find full LED lighting. That should be no surprise. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. The turn signals are also going to be LED. Our classic look with the double kidney grille, and you can see the sensors here, so you're going to have a lot of great features as far as your safety features, your driving aids go. All of that's going to be here. And I like that you don't have an overload of gloss black here on the front end. You will find some with a lower grille down there, but in my opinion, it's very well balanced between a little bit of gloss black and the body color. Now this model is xDrive, which means all-wheel drive in BMW jargon. We're gonna have 20-inch wheels at all four corners. You will also find an 18-inch spare. We're going to have our turn signal indicators built into the body-colored side view mirrors. The body-colored mirror caps, they are going to be heated. They're going to be power adjustable. You have your blind spot monitoring indicator built in right there. And I am going to do one more thing here. What I'm going to do is come right here and push this button. And when I do that, you'll see that they are also going to be power folding side view mirrors. We'll have the roof rails right up here, just to make things look a little bit nicer. The panoramic sunroof, and there is the antenna. A little bit of a different design from what we see with a lot of the other shark fin style antennas out there. The rear roof spoiler here finishes things off quite nicely. You will have the exposed rear window wiper, but for most people, I don't think that's too big of a deal. I know a lot of us like to see that rear window wiper concealed away inside of the rear roof spoiler, the rear window spoiler right there, but not in this case. We finished things off with LED for our taillights and the X330 logo right there, in addition to the xDrive logo. Under the hood is the 2-liter twin-power turbo inline 4-cylinder with the 48-volt mild hybrid system. It puts out 255 horsepower and 295 pounds-feet of torque. Now, for those that are familiar with a smaller SUV like this, you might expect there to be a CVT or continuously variable transmission. I have good news for you, that is not the case. It is an 8-speed automatic transmission. How about your potential MPGs? 27 city, 33 highway, 29 combined, and 3.4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And one more interesting point is when you go to open the hood, if you pull down on the release, you'll see it says 2 times right there. So you pull on that twice, and what that allows you to do is avoid the hassle of having to figure out where the release is on the hood itself. You just lift right up and you're good to go. 0 to 60 is in about 6 seconds flat. Top speed is 130 miles per hour. If you're worried about somebody gaining access to your 17.2 gallon gas tank, good news, when the interior is locked, so is the gas door. And all we have to do is hit the button right here to unlock the interior. That unlocks the gas door, and then you can gain access to that to fill up when you need to do so. Just as was the case with your MPGs, those numbers are potential. They're not guaranteed, but you could potentially achieve those numbers. They might be higher, might be lower. The same thing applies on a full tank of gas. How far can you drive on a full tank of gas? 464 miles in the city. Out on the highway, that number jumps to 568 miles. And when it comes to gaining access to your cargo area, you do have the power tailgate, a couple of different ways to open that, a couple of different buttons with the vehicle itself, one on the interior, one on the tailgate, and one on the remote, if you would like to take advantage of that. How about your cargo capacity? We're looking at 31.5 to 67.1 cubic feet. The cargo cover right here is removable, so if you need to take that out to maximize your space, that's going to be very helpful. It's easy to do. You also can fold down the rear seats, and right here underneath the floor, you can see that there is the spare tire that I mentioned to you earlier in the video, and we'll also find a 12-volt power outlet right here. That's going to be nice and handy when it comes to needing to power, well, whatever you may need here in the rear cargo area. Let's talk about what your rear seat passengers are going to find. The armrest, that seems to be pretty comfortable, and we're going to find the nice large door bin area, the bottle holder right here. And here is our panoramic sunroof. Now, it doesn't actually open, it's a solid piece of glass, but there is a power shade, which is right here, that can be drawn forward when so desired. And one more thing about your rear cargo area management: if you need a pass-through, you can create that and still have room for 2 passengers here in the rear. All I did was push that button right there, that release, to make that happen. And we'll hop on inside. We're going to find plenty of space. And we'll find the rear seat pockets for storage on the back of each seat. And our air conditioning vents right here. Also USB connectivity, a little bit of storage space right above that. And we also have the fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in for your passengers to take advantage of. The sticker price is $57,625. Let's see what else you get for that price. You do have a head-up display. I don't know how well you can see it. It is bright out here today, so I don't know how well my camera is picking that up, but it is there. Here is the upper console. Just to give you a quick look at what we have here. There is how you're going to open and close the power shade, which I have drawn forward so you can see that. We're going to have plenty of room with the armrest and the door bin for the driver and passenger sides here in the front seating area. Now, the seats are power adjustable with lumbar support. They're also heated and ventilated. You also have the thigh extension right there that can be put in place when so desired, or moved out of the way like that, moved back. I know I like to keep it in that position. For me, it's a little more comfortable. The button to open the glove box is right here. And there is the glove box. A decent amount of space within that area. Here's the driver's side door. All of the controls, as you can see, everything that you would normally expect to find here is going to be here. You can lock and unlock the windows, control the windows, all that stuff. You can control your side view mirrors right there. Give you a quick look at what we have remaining on the driver's side door. And here's a look at our steering wheel mounted controls, everything for the radio, all that good stuff right there, everything for cruise control here. And one thing that I am a little surprised here is that this model does not have a power adjustable steering wheel. You drop the lever right there and you can adjust the steering wheel. It is tilt and telescopically adjustable, has the flat bottom right here and the shifter paddles on the back to work your way back and forth through the 8-speed automatic transmission. Here's everything on the right-hand side of the steering column for managing your front and rear window wipers, and then everything for your headlights right here as far as all that goes. And believe it or not, this BMW X3 is equipped with turn signal indicators. Wait a minute, every single BMW is. So it's actually not the BMW itself that is the problem, is it? It's the drivers. Yes, I'm being a little facetious and sarcastic about that, but it's okay to laugh if you're that person that uses your turn signals. Okay, I'll get off of that subject. One thing I like here is that classic of BMW is that across all models you have a very nice modern look with the driver's display and the center screen. The center screen showing that we do have a built-in navigation here. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We can get to all of our different icons by simply pushing the 4 squares right there that you could see. And then you can come through and see everything. As I mentioned, there is Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can wirelessly pair that. No big deal where that's concerned. You have Alexa right there, and you can move things around if you want to. Look at how easy that is to do. All you have to do is just hold it and move it. You don't have to do anything other than that. So if you're wanting to rearrange where certain icons are, you can do that. Very nice, very easy to deal with, simple. I like that. That's always the best way to go with everything. And you can see what all you have here. There's actually quite a bit to go through as far as this goes. And there's something that I know a lot of people seem to want. That's Sirius XM. We've seen some vehicles that have gone away from that, although you can pair your phone and use it off of your phone with the app. But to have it built in just seems to be more meaningful to a lot of people. That's what they're looking for. And that is what we have where this is concerned. Now, To adjust the air conditioning, you just touch the fan right there, and you can adjust that. You can adjust your temperature right here. And while I personally like to have a lot of physical controls that have now been moved to the screens of some vehicles out there, including this X3, well, that's what we have here. You can also go into your settings right there, depending on what you want to do with different things such as the seat heating distribution, the steering wheel heating, seat heating right there. You can see what's going on. It's nice and simple. One of those things that you might be looking for and wonder where it is. We can also go to the front passenger controls or settings as far as that goes, and then we just go back out of that. And how about our camera views? There are views where you can see every potential angle that you need to. If you want to use your park assist, that's how you're going to bring that up. It's going to give you the information on that side of the screen right there. And then we can widen the view if we want to. We can also go to car wash view. That's going to be your overhead view. So a few different options here. The 3D view is very useful. You can do this where you just scroll around with your finger depending on where you need to see. You can also use the right side of the screen to change the view. So if we want to go from one corner to the next, we can go all the way around just like that. Very convenient. I like it. That's what's interesting here. A lot of people might look at this and say, wow, that looks like complicated technology. There is a lot here, but it's not complicated, not difficult to deal with. Now, one thing I do want to show you is what we have right down here. If you don't want to actually touch the screen, you can use the dial right here. We can go through all sorts of different things. If we want to zoom in and zoom out, as you can see right there, we can do that with our navigation. We can also push on the dial right there and go and select whatever we need to. We can do that right here, as you can see. I'm not going to turn anything on because I don't want to get a copyright strike with music or anything like that, but if I wanted to select something, I would just push down right there. And we also have my mode right here. So let's see what your different potential modes are. So you're going to have personal, you're going to have sport, efficient, expressive, relax. There's quite a bit here depending on what you want to see, how you want things to work. Now when you go into this particular mode, digital art, it automatically opens the shade for the panoramic sunroof. Just one of those little things you can take advantage of that you may or may not have known about. Now you can also adjust the volume right here. You can mute that by pushing it, or you can turn that all the way down. We're going to mute that again just to show you what's here. Now this is going to be your shifter. You've got the button right here to turn the engine on and off. So the shifter, that's what that little lever right there is. We do that to go into reverse, to go into drive, and then to go into park. We push right there and you can see that the P comes up. And here is the center console. The lid can be used as an armrest. You can open that up and take advantage of the space within. You can see if I can get this open right here, that we have a 12-volt power outlet. Now that's not all of the connectivity that we have right here. We also have a couple of USB ports down there. We also have our wireless charging pad. Okay, here we go on our test drive with the X3. It's gonna have a nice ride quality, and the driver's seat is very comfortable. I feel like I could sit here for a long period of time. Everything adjustable, so you can set things up to where it's just right for you. Whether you're 6 feet tall, a little below 5 feet tall, whatever you are where that's concerned, there's a lot of adjustability built in here between your adjustable steering wheel and the adjustable driver's seat. Plenty of room, one way or another, even in that second row area. I did not feel cramped at all when I was sitting in the second row during the earlier portion of the video, so that's a good thing, something you might not expect to find with an SUV of this size. And something else that may surprise people a little bit, this is why it's so important that you get out and drive these vehicles for yourself. It is a lot of fun to drive. Even at 255 horsepower, it handles very well, it's very nimble in its handling characteristics, and that makes it feel like it has more horsepower than it really does. But one way or another, it gets up to speed just fine when you need to. Not going to be a problem at all. The technology here is not difficult to learn, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I know there's a lot going on with your center screen. That doesn't necessarily equate to difficult. It is easy to learn and deal with. Always a good thing. For those of you that are looking for something that has good technology, the latest technology, but it's not challenging to learn and use, So that's always going to be useful and easy to see out of. You've got all your typical safety features such as lane keeping assist and your blind spot monitoring. All of those things are going to be here. The brake pedal and the gas pedal are very easy to manage, and when I need to get on the pedal a little bit, it's not a problem. That 48-volt mild hybrid system is definitely going to make a difference where that is concerned. So if you're worried about horsepower and thinking that this isn't enough, I don't think anybody is looking for this to be what we would consider necessarily high performance in the respect of just getting up and planting you back in the seat. But at the same time, it is going to have that typical BMW experience. Here's the difference between BMW and Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz, while they do have some very, very powerful and fast-moving vehicles, they're more focused on luxury. But BMW, while they have luxury within their vehicles, there's no shortage of that, they are more focused here on the BMW side of things with performance. And so if that's what you're looking for, this is definitely something you want to consider, because it's going to give you the better option where that is concerned. But very much overall a very enjoyable vehicle to drive. It's going to get the job done for you if this is the size of SUV you're looking for. And there it is, the 2026 BMW X3 xDrive30, a compact luxury SUV that you should not overlook. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. I would like to say a special thanks to my friends at BMW for loaning me this X3 for the day so I can tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Please be sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.